Welcome to my little tropical farm. My name is Nancy, and we moved to this small farm in Panama from Los Angeles. We're starting a small homestead with a food forest, a garden, and animals. Please join us on our journey by hitting like and subscribe. I mentioned the other day that when the calves were in the field, I left the gate open and they came into my backyard. And here you can see what damage they did on the corn stalks. Some of them are really bad. A few of them are basically gone. And then some of them just have a little bit munched off the top. I'm told they will grow back. I'd say they took out more than 50%. Hopefully they'll grow back. I planted later than most people in Panama, so I may run out of time, but I don't think so. I think I still have plenty of time. We'll see what happens. Showing you guys the food forest the other day. One of the trees I didn't show you was my soursop or guanabana, and it is right here. There's a whole bunch of little ones up there, but there's one huge one right here that I think is actually ready, but I'm not positive, so I'm gonna have to go in and do some research. There's a little one right there that looks like a heart. It's adorable. So I'll go in and do some research and maybe come back out. Guanabana or soursop is great in smoothies. I might just blend it up with some yogurt and have like a guanabana yogurt. This is another tree that I think is not as nearly as healthy. It's got something going on with it, as they look kind of ugly. But this is also a guanabana tree. There's a bunch of little ones on it, but they don't look so good. Some research on the guanabana and how to tell if it's ripe. And it says when the spikes aren't as deep and it's got a yellow hue, which I would say this one probably has another day or two before it's ready to be picked, but it's really close. I can probably pick it now and leave it in the house for 4 or 5 days, just because I'm worried about the birds and the bugs and the bats getting it. So I think I might go ahead and do that. So this is the soursop that we picked the other day, I think about 4 days ago. I'm just going to cut it right in half. It is ripe. I think it's just ripe, but oh yeah. So for those that don't know what a guanabana or soursop looks like, this is it. The seeds are not edible. This piece is edible, but it's not typically eaten. And then typically people either just eat it or they mix it into a smoothie. So I like it. It's very tropical tasting. We picked a few fruits that I thought I'd tell you about. We picked this knowing it wasn't ripe. It's really hard. We were gonna do the let's cut it in half and see what it is. We're told it's grapefruit. So after picking it, we asked somebody, and yes, it looks like it just smells citrusy right now, but it looks like it will probably, he said this wouldn't be ready or ripe for another really like 3 or 4 months. So you can see that doesn't look good, but we're told that's a grapefruit. This, we're told, they call it durazno, which translates to a peach. It's pretty ugly, or this one is. It could just be my tree as well. Needs some fertilizer of some sort, but cut it in half. Oh, yeah, it's got a pit in it like a peach that I can't now get off. There we go. And he said you just eat the fleshy part inside. So Sean and I are gonna try this. My neighbor brought us some apples about 2 days ago, and I really want baked apples. I like apples, but baked apples or apple pie is way better. And baked apples take a while in the oven. So instead of using the oven, we thought we would use the sun oven. I don't want to heat up the house any more than necessary. So this is my sun oven. It is set up, very easy to set up. I'm not sure I can do this with one hand. So it comes like this. You unhook it and you lift it up and you just, again, would have been prettier with two hands, but you just set it up like that, and then you check these holes to make sure the sun is aimed properly. So if you look really closely in this hole, the light is going straight through, and it's almost perfectly set up, like reflecting on that hole. That means it's in the right location. It should heat up well. And the same with the other one. One of them, if they're not lined up well, we would turn the sun oven. And it also has a point on the a spot on the back where you can lift it. It's got a thing in there, and you can lift the sun oven. So it's a little dusty. I'm going to go in and wipe it off, but it is already heating up. Now we're going to prep the apples and put them in this pan. I don't have an apple corer. I wish I did, but we're going to try our best with this one steak knife we own. I do need to buy some knives. I wasn't going to go all the way through to the bottom, but I may have to, and core them all the way out. And we're going to peel around the top. Changed my mind. I'm going to core them all the way out. There we go. I'm going to put just about a 1/4 inch of water in the pan, and I'm going to turn them upside down for now so they don't brown. Next, we're going to get sugar and cinnamon and sprinkle that on top. But I'm using about, I guess it's about 1/2 cup of sugar, and I use, I don't know what they call it here, but in Mexico it's an estendar sugar. So it's got, it's brown. And I'm gonna, I used what? A little less than a teaspoon of the cinnamon. I'm gonna pour off a little bit of this water. My dad, when I was growing up, used to make baked apples, and he used to put jam in the center. But one, I don't have any jam. So I'm just gonna sprinkle this all over the top and inside. And I'm probably using a lot more than I need, but I'm kind of hoping that that the water gets becomes a really good syrup for these. Okay, so the sun oven is at about 300 degrees. We're going to go ahead and put the baked apples in. One has fallen. I'll stand it upright when it gets in there. There's no place for me to put the camera to show you me putting it in, but you'll have to trust me on this one. The apples in the baked, in the sun oven, the apples in the sun oven are done. We are going to put them on a plate. And then we're going to take all that juicy goodness that's inside the pan, and we are going to try and turn that into caramel sauce. So I think these came out wonderful. We'll taste them and find out for sure. Let's see how they came out. They're super soft. That's delicious. The sauce probably could have been even thicker, but I was a little worried about burning the sugars in it. So it's good the way it is. It's great. Okay, I woke up this morning to check on the chickens, and there's a giant snake in there that has eaten 2 of them. So we're trying to move the others. I've gotten 5 of the 7 moved. The other 2 will not let me catch them, and I'm not going near the snake. So I thought I'd take you along for this little bit of the journey. I woke up Sean to help me get them moved, but I think we're just gonna have to walk them out. Right back there in the corner. Okay, chickies. Chick, 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 chick. Go, 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 go. This way. Chick, chick, chick. Good boy. Yeah. Go out, go out, go out, go out. No, go out. I had to put down the camera to pick up something to help me herd the chickens out of that room. We did get them out of the room and safely with the others. We are not sure whether that snake was a boa or a viper. Mario seemed to think it was a fer-de-lance, or what they call an equis. Here, what they call here an equis. The fer-de-lance is the most poisonous snake in Central America. So unfortunately, we decided it was best not to just relocate it, it was too dangerous to pick up and move it. So we got rid of it, and all the chickens are doing well now. This morning, whoa, if I could get this open, the 7 chicks that are left did just fine during the night. They're back in their little mini coop, their smaller coop. And we're going to just change their food and their water and get them ready for the day. Thanks for joining us again this week. We hope you will join us next week. If you do want to follow along on our journey, please click the subscribe button and hit notify so you're notified when our videos come out. If you like this video, please click like and make a comment in the comments. Let us know what you liked and what you want to see more of. Thanks. See you next week.